What's up, everyone? Welcome back. So yeah, going to be doing some Madden05 for you guys today. Hopefully I'm able to get done everything that I want to get done, because a couple weeks back I tried to do a recording session of Madden05 for you guys, and I was not able to get everything done that I wanted to. I was actually only able to get one game done for you guys. Then my dad came home unexpectedly early from work. Unfortunately, I did wake up really late today. It's my own dumbass fault because I was being lazy. It's already like 11 o'clock because I had some Guitar Hero stuff that I wanted to do, and then the dogs were bugging me because they wanted to be fed right this exact second and had to go take a piss right exactly this second because apparently they couldn't hold it for just a little bit. So that wasted a lot of time too. So it's already like past 11 o'clock, so I don't want to waste a whole lot of time here. So anyway, we have these two teams, Custer and Revengers. These are two of my newly created teams. I'm showing them off for the first time. And as we get into this video, I'll explain the story behind these two teams later as we get into this video. So yeah, I just don't want to waste too much time today. Based on the overall stats, the Revengers are favored to win by 3 points, which is not a very big margin. These two teams are pretty evenly matched overall. So either way, we should be in store for a great game. And yeah. Alright, either way, let's get this fucking party started here. Oh, here we go. We have ourselves a snow game. This will be fun. Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be a hell of a good game. Hopefully I'm right, but we'll see. Alright, so we're kicking this game off, literally. And yeah, I swear to God, that joke never gets old. But anyway, let me tell you guys the story behind these two teams, Custer and the Revengers. So, many of you may find this surprising, especially considering that I'm such a nerd, but back in my younger days, back when I was a kid, and God, I cannot believe I'm old enough to say that now. But yeah, back when I was a kid, back in my day... Yeah, no, but all joking aside, back when I was a kid, I used to actually be in a youth football league in my younger days. I did it for about like 5 years, 5 seasons. I played football on that youth football league when I was a kid. And my fourth season, I was on, I remember, the gold team. And we were really good. Like, we were the best. We were undefeated, and we just kicked fucking ass. We were literally undefeated for almost the entire season. Then towards the end of the season, because we were in, like, I believe it was the playoffs, actually. And this was the semifinals. We were up against a team, a red team, called Custer. And we were winning by a slim margin. We were winning, like, I think it was literally 7-6. I think it was. Yeah, we were ahead 7-6. It was a very slim margin that we were beating them by. And so it was getting towards the end of the game. And I don't remember exactly what happened. Because I think that... Yeah, because I remember I was on offense on that team. I played a position called the wingback, where I would line up in what they called a wishbone formation, where I would line up sometimes as a running back or sometimes I would line up as a wide receiver. So I was called wing back, as they called it. So I was kind of like just kind of like a random oddity, I suppose. I usually never got the ball. I think I only got the ball once. Literally once. I had 1 rush for 2 yards, and that was my stats for the entire year. But I was mostly just there as an extra body to, keep them distracted, so that way the guys who were actually good with the ball, because I was not very good, so that way the guys with the ball, would have less defenders going after them. So that's why that was basically my job, was to distract them. So we were going up against these guys. We were beating them by a very slim margin, 7-6, I want to say it was. And then I don't remember exactly how this happened, because I was on the sideline at the time. They wanted to switch out the footballs or whatever, for whatever reason. And I was like, okay, whatever. So then they were switching out the footballs or whatever. And then before everybody got set, the other team snapped the ball and then ran it into the end zone before everyone was set, keep in mind. And the stupid-ass refs called it a touchdown. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because they were literally in the middle of switching the ball. The other ball had not been even taken off the field yet. And the other team, before everyone got set, the other team literally snapped the ball, ran it for a touchdown, and everyone's just standing there like, what the fuck? But then the refs called it a touchdown. And we're all just standing there like, what the fuck? And unfortunately, by the end of the game, we weren't able to score any more points, so we lost. So they basically cheated. They cheated in order to beat us, so there went our perfect season, thanks to this stupid team called Custer, because they decided to be assholes and cheat, and the refs didn't fucking call them on it for whatever reason. It was I thought it was the dumbest fucking thing. So there went our perfect season, just like that. So we were knocked out thanks to this stupid team called Custer cheating in order to win. And I don't remember exactly how it happened, but I believe that's how it happened. They switched out the balls, and then before everyone was set, they just snapped it and ran it into the end zone. I think before the refs even blew the whistle to start the play or whatever. And it was just what the fuck, So they basically cheated. And there was a lot of parent complaints after that game for the refs. There was a lot of parents that, called up the organization and were like, what the fuck? This was bullshit, So unfortunately, we were knocked out of the playoffs at that point. So Custer went on to the finals, but the story does not end there. So I had a friend of mine, and keep in mind, this was back when I was in elementary school. I want to say this was in 4th grade that all this went down. So a friend of mine was on another team that had orange and black jerseys, and I remember that very clearly because I remember thinking that they had really cool looking uniforms. So they had these orange and black jerseys, right? And I remember one of my friends, he was on that team, the orange and black team. I don't remember what their actual name was, but I remember he was on the orange and black team. And I told him straight up, I'm like, man, because their team was also really good. Their team was, in my opinion, the second best team out of all of us in that particular league. I feel like Custer was legitimately a good team. They were a good team, don't get me wrong. But they cheated in order to beat us, and it was total bullshit. Completely unethical. Especially for a kid's game, like a youth football game. Really? You need to cheat to win? It's just pathetic. But, yeah, so this friend of mine was on the orange and black team. I don't remember what their actual name was, so in this game I just call them the Revengers. But he was on that team, and I remember their team was the second best team. Because we had gone up against them, and we literally beat them 7-6. It was a close game between our team and the orange team. We had the two best teams out of the entire league. And so I remember telling him, I'm like, man, I hope you beat the shit out of those guys, because it was them and Custer in the finals. You know, in the final game to decide the winner of the, you know, basically it would be the equivalent of the Super Bowl champion, basically. So I'm like, I hope you guys give them hell. And they did. The orange team ended up beating Custer. They tried to pull that cheating move again in the final, except this time the refs actually called them on it, and they got penalized for it. Because they tried to pull the same move again against the orange team, and the refs were not having it. They were like, no, that's bullshit. The ball was not off the field yet. Not everyone was set yet. You guys get penalized for that, which is how it should have gone in our game, because we should have been the ones facing the orange team in the final. We should have been the ones facing them in the final, not Custer. But it is what it is at the end of the day, you know? Sometimes life is not fair. But yeah, the orange team ended up defeating Custer in the final and claiming the title. So I was very happy at least about that. So at least Custer did not end up getting the last laugh. The orange team ended up getting the last laugh. So I was happy for my friend that his team was able to take the win and take the title as well. So that's the story behind these two teams, Custer and the Revengers. I call them the Revengers because they kind of avenged our team. They kind of ended up getting revenge for us against Custer. So that's why I call them the Revengers. Because they ended up avenging our team. Which our team rightfully should have won that football game. We should have rightfully won. But at the end of the day, at least the orange team was able to avenge us and get revenge for us. So that's why I call them the Revengers. So I'm not going to lie, in this particular game, I am a little bit biased in favor of the Revengers to win, but hopefully we still see a good football game. Alright, so anyway, that's the story behind these two teams, in case you guys were curious. Alright, so close-ass game so far between Custer and the Revengers here. It's about to be 7-7. Damn, that was a good return. That was damn nice. Damn. He was lucky he got that pass off. All to the left. But hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? It's probably going to end up being the last play of the quarter. Unless they miss this pass here. Taking his sweet-ass time. That offensive line gave him a shit ton of time, although that is not good. At least he was able to get him, but that is not good. Not a great way for the Revengers to end that first quarter. That could not have been worse. Still, though, tied 7-7 here between Custer and the Revengers. So we'll see what happens in the next quarter. Things are getting interesting. Either way, stay tuned, and until then, peace out.